What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video on the Mr. Investor YouTube channel. Going to be covering some VeChain news for you, a little carbon update, carbon marketplace for China. So let's just jump right into it. Looking at the crypto market cap here, we're sitting just under 1.5 trillion with the 24-hour value of 127.5 billion. Bitcoin dominance at 45%, ETH at 16.8, and the gas fees continue to be extremely low at 12 Gwei. In the last 24 hours, the crypto market cap is up 2.1%. Bitcoin is just under 36,000 now. Ethereum has had a rise up to just under 2,200. Chainlink hit $20, I believe, earlier, so now it's at 1942. And VeChain rose up from whatever we were at a couple days ago. I think it was low eights, high sevens, to now we're over 9 cents. So it's nice to see. Unfortunately, when we know Bitcoin goes up, everything's going to follow. Everything's tied to it, but hopefully one day these assets will break that pattern, but we'll see what happens. Moving over to VeChain stats here, down to 2,953 X nodes. The accounts continue to grow day by day. The VTHL burn for today is at 8,490. Yesterday was at 39,489. And if you look at this, all six-figure days. All six-figure days with clauses. I love to see it. Now that is where the mainnet is firing. Scrolling down over to the auctions down here, the Vitor X dropped a little bit. I think it was in the 30,000s. The Strength X is a little bit pricier now at 17,800. Thunder X also jumped in price at 39,000, and the Mjolnir X I think has not changed at all. Scrolling down here to the last X node events, you can see that the Strength X and the Vthor X are the ones that continually get burned here. So if you have an X node or have the opportunity to get an X node, I would secure it before they keep going up in value and become even more rarer. Just my opinion. Heading over to Twitter now. VeChain Foundation posted this yesterday. Businesses and governments have grappled with systemic weaknesses during the COVID-19 pandemic. VeChain powered services are the perfect solution for many challenges. And then they're just going to summarize the live blockchain based use cases from the battle against COVID-19. And here's the Medium article here. If you've been following VeChain for a while, you're pretty up to date with what's going on. If you're newer to the VeChain, to the VeChain ecosystem, what they're doing, what they're building, what they've done so far. This is a good read just to show you what they've been doing with DNVGL. I'm not going to go through this at all. I'll post a link in the description, but it's just a nice list to see what they've been doing, and I like how it's all summarized just to keep people up to date on what they started with and where they're at now. But I thought an interesting thread here was from Sonny Liu on his Twitter, and he said that what VeChain is offering are answers to different level of developers. Level 0 is the public blockchain, blockchain tech, open source, and you can build whatever you want to build loads of cool features like MPP, MTT, controllable transactions lifecycle, transactions dependency, and etc. Then goes on to say that level 1 is the VeChain blockchain as a service, enterprise level developers and professional team who can keep blockchain work as a service, but just use it with dedicated APIs. You can choose existing smart contract or ask for dedicated one for you only. The level 2 is the VeChain platform as a service. Developers whose focus is on the front end business logic and look forward to have low code development environment to realize a new business process on the back end using blockchain. It will save lots of time and costs to start with blockchain. And then the level 3 is I believe it's software as a service. Businesses uses with even zero knowledge of technical development. You can directly use digital products built on VeChain, blockchain, which are coming from your partners like DNV, PwC, and etc., with their business expertise to solve the real issue. So it's just kind of cool to see that these are the angles and the verticals that VeChain is able to do with other businesses, other enterprises, and what they're able to offer. And then Jason Rockwood, the GM of the North America for VeChain, goes on to say that it's very important to understand this thread. The versatility of the VeChain technology stack is unmatched, and it's how we are able to serve such an astonishing array of clients and use cases. And I could not agree with that tweet. I couldn't agree with it more. It's perfectly stated is the way he said it. But let's get to the big news for today. Is VeChain is proud to have received a AAA Enterprise credit evaluation from CAPC, an entity under the Ministry of Civil Affairs PRC China. With top tier compliance and competitiveness standards, we are now expanding use cases in many countries. So this is really cool to see. The fact that they get a AAA evaluation from an entity under the Ministry of Civil Affairs in China, and for anything from China, is just great news, considering the fact how they've been so anti-crypto, I guess we can say. They are, but they aren't, right? But it's cool to see that VeChain is just getting really recognized for their use cases, their hard work, and what they're able to provide as a crypto company. And then what's really cool here is that they go on to say that we are now expanding use cases in many countries. So I'm wondering if that's going to be a tie-in to maybe what else is going to be announced possibly tomorrow, since tomorrow's the third anniversary of VeChain. Don't really know, but nonetheless, that's a cool tweet to see. And then this is a little article that was posted on Eisenreich's Twitter here. I will post his Twitter in the description below. And huge shout out to Eisenreich. He is amazing. He or she is amazing. But let's go on and read this. It says that a few days ago, after in depth evaluation by the authoritative organization China Association for the Promotion of International Economic and Technological Cooperation, VeChain Technology was awarded the Enterprise Credit Rating AAA Credit Enterprise Certificate. As an enterprise-friendly blockchain company, VeChain's technology AAA rating this time is the highest level of the credit rating. And then this says Certificate of Enterprise Credit Evaluation AAA Credit Enterprise National Demonstration Unit Certificate of Quality, Honesty, and Double Excellence. So this is what it's showing right there. These golden plaques, it looks like. And then it goes on to describe that corporate credit rating is a comprehensive indicator of Chinese banks for companies, including credit records, operating conditions, profitability, development prospects, debt risks. The system for corporate credit evaluation is currently an important guarantee for corporate credibility and influence, one of the qualifications. Due to strict audit requirements and high evaluation standards, the credit evaluation and certification work has been the government and widely recognized companies. That's an important note to keep in mind here. The government and widely recognized companies. So that's just not any company, not just any little company at all. Which rank the results can be applied to market access, bidding, key enterprises, reporting, accreditation, project application, create demonstration bases, credit insurance, and other tasks. The highest grade this time has proved that VeChain technology has a good credit record and operating status, strong profitability, and long-term development prospects, and that uncertain factors have little impact on the company's operations and development. At the same time, VeChain technology was awarded the National Quality and Credit Double Excellence Demonstration Unit, issued by the China Quality and Credit Research Association. This is cool to see that and that uncertain factors have little impact on the company's operations and development. So I mean, it just goes to show that VeChain is here to stay. It's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. I mean, we saw what happened with COVID. Things came to a grinding halt, a stop, a complete stop, and if anything, they were able to utilize the problem at hand and turn it into a positive, and they were able to do many good things with MyCare. But this is really cool because this corporate credit rating is a comprehensive indicator of Chinese banks for companies. I don't really know what to take from that, to be honest. I mean, we do know like there's this carbon thing that's coming up. Are they gonna be like the bank for carbon? I don't know. But this is gonna be something I'm gonna keep an eye on if I see anything related to bank credit records, all that stuff. Um, I just think it's pretty cool. And then let's also not forget here that VeChain and then I don't know how to say that, TUV Starlin certification. Um, VeChain, right? TUV Starlin certification awards VeChain with the first service certificate in Shanghai today. Yeah, TUV Starlin certification GmbH is the accredited certification body of the TUV Starlin Group, and I believe VeChain was rated a 5-star from that. So that's two major awards here that VeChain has been given. So super bullish long term. But let's move on to some carbon news right here. So this is an article that came out today. Came out today, and it says that China's carbon market imminent as plan moves ahead. But there is a slight delay, which is upsetting to hear. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. The article goes on to say that China's national carbon market may start trading as soon as next month after a slight delay, although it might adopt moderate standards to accommodate the varied emission scales of different companies in the beginning. While the launch of what will be the world's largest carbon market is a little bit behind an end of June target, it won't have any impact on China's goal of hitting peak emissions before 2030. It's nice to see that it says that the overall plan has already been sketched out and plans are pushing forward steadily. Um, it's unclear when the carbon market will begin trading, which news I'm not too thrilled to hear. Um, but I guess it is what it is. It's out of our control. The quote here is that we still have not received clear information on the opening date of the market, adding that the exchanges are waiting instructions from whatever the superior department is. And then it just goes on to say that the long-awaited national carbon market, which will put a price on carbon, is deemed as an important mechanism helping China to achieve its carbon neutrality goal in 2060. We already know this. The market is intended to set emission permits and quotas for companies to release carbon dioxide. Those that fail to acquire permits or do not have sufficient quotas will have to buy them on the market or cut their emissions. The market will initially cover more than 2,200 companies in China's power sector, and then once it goes online, it would overtake the EU to become the world's largest, covering 12% of global carbon dioxide emissions. But it goes on to say here that the biggest barrier for launching a national market lies in the establishment of a multi-dimensional and flexible trading mechanism. So, I guess we're just going to sit tight and see what happens in the next few days, week or 2 weeks. Hopefully, it's not delayed much longer than that, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see, unfortunately. But I did think which was interesting here is that DNV, right, exclusive partner for Vechain, said that we need a competitive race between the world's superpowers for low carbon supremacy. And then I just talked about China's role in the race for climate leadership here. And then this is the article, and it just doesn't really say too much. It just says pretty much what's in bold is the summary of it. To have any hope of meeting the Paris climate goals, we need a competitive race between the world's superpowers for low carbon supremacy, which I agree. China's taken the forefront. They're gung ho on this whole carbon market, carbon neutral by 2060. Um, and the USA is kind of they're slacking a little bit. They're lagging behind. And then it says that while the Biden administration has necessarily started playing catch up with the USA's climate ambitions, what China achieves with its transition to a zero carbon economy is particularly important. So I'm not going to read this article here. It just talks about the details of what's going to happen when they do, what the goals are, what the benefits of going carbon neutral will be. But I just thought that it was pretty interesting here that DNV would talk about this the day prior to the third anniversary for VeChain, and the day before China's 100th anniversary, which is July 1st. I don't know, maybe I'm looking too deep into it, but I just thought it was a little bit interesting. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you liked what I talked about, if you didn't like what I talked about, leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think VeChain's involved in this carbon thing? Because I think so, but I don't know. I've read some mixed things on Twitter here. I'm not really sure what to think, but I truly think that they're going to be involved in it, at least in some aspect, with the whole V carbon and smart carbon tweet, and that they have a whole website registered for it. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at the Mr. Investor. I'll put all of these links in the description down below. Until next time, we'll see you then.